Hello, this is Cornbread, and this is Cornbread Raw, and I am at the Profile Trail today that takes you up the North Carolina Highway 105 side of Grandfather Mountain, and hopefully we're going to make it over to the swing bridge today. I tried it Memorial Day weekend, and there was a lot of bottlenecks at the ladders and the technical parts, so I wasn't able to make it to the swinging bridge. I could see it; it was about a half a mile away, but there were just too many tourists. So today there is only 5 cars in the parking lot, including my own. So I feel good about it. And I've had a lot of people especially from the Asheville area, asking about these trails. So I'm going to do a video on the Profile Trail, and it's rated as strenuous. And if you're not ready for this trail, then you're not ready for this trail. It is a tough one, but yeah, let's get into it. This will definitely be the flattest part of this trail. So the Profile Trail is marked by these orange diamond shaped hiker signs, blazes, like you see on this tree. Some of the trail up here has been shortened for whatever reason, and there's a trail called the Profile Connector that connects it to the other part on down. It's marked by a red circle, which I'll show you coming up. But this is the beginning of the trail. It's nothing like this after about a mile. It's like doing a Stairmaster all day, but the views up top are worth it. Oh, it's like 9 a.m. It's cool, nice and cool out here, and you can hear the sound of the waterfalls. There's several of these mountain streams that come down. Absolutely beautiful. We'll take the Profile Connector because the old section right here of the Profile Trail has been blocked off for whatever reason. So we'll follow these red circles. More waterfalls. Back on the Profile Trail. So we're coming up on a real nice area. I wanted to film. I usually stop right here and get water. I drink it straight out of the stream. I even a few weeks ago canyoneered this area. I climbed up to the top of the mountain and summited following the rocks here. And I found a really cool area to camp and a really cool area to skinny dip, which I did. People's rock art. Beautiful. I love it. There was a guy down there at that stream meditating. I didn't want to disturb him, but if you noticed, I found a little chartreuse rock that had been painted, and in red letters it had the question, "Are you a whosoever?" And then Bible verse John 3:16, and it's referring to the Bible verse says, "Whosoever believeth in him shall not perish but have everlasting life." Are you a whosoever? You find that stuff a lot in Boone, painted rocks with Facebook groups or whatever on it. But it's really cool when you find one of those. I haven't found one in about a year, but it's always cool. Hello, folks.
Good morning. How you doing?
Doing great. How about yourself?
No complaints.
Beautiful day, huh? So, this is only my second video, and I really don't care anymore if people see me talking to my phone. But I always engage every person I see on a trail because people don't like to talk these days. So I kind of force them into a conversation. Hiking tip from Cornbread. So in the military, they taught us to hike or march. The difference is when you hike, you can bring a girl. So they told us to hike or march 45 minutes. You take a 10-minute break, another 45-minute march, take a 10-minute break, and then you're good. I recently saw a video on YouTube where they said you hike your first 15 minutes hideously slow, take a 5-minute break, then 15 minutes hideously slow, take another 5-minute break, and you're good. Evidently, there's a science behind it. Not sure what that science is, but it seems to work for me and the Marine Corps, so I'm going to go with it. We've got some hikers coming here. I'm going to try to get ahead of them. Here's the first view The Fosco View. The woolly worm. So you just saw the caterpillar pictured on there, and that's because we're near Banner Elk, North Carolina, which is home of the Willy Worm Festival, where the caterpillars go up and build their web-like nest in a tree, and they turn into furry little worms, and people, I shit you not, train these things, and they race them at the Woolly Worm Festival. And the worm that wins gets $5,000 or $10,000 scholarship to ASU. So it's looking out for woolly worms in the area. And put some distance between myself and the crunchy people that were coming up. I make fun of the way everyone does in the Boone area. The Grenogert moms, they drive brand new Audis. They have Patagonia everything on. They just took the tags off of this morning, and they'll make it a half a mile in. Say they twisted their ankle, go back, but say they climbed the mountain. Okay, so this is where the fun begins. When you see this, and that campsite over there, it is stairs, and you're going straight up. Not straight up, but you're going uphill at all times for the next mile and a half probably. So this is where you see fewer and fewer hikers. I've been passing through spider webs for the past probably quarter of a mile. So I'm the first one to come through here today, I believe. This is the good, bad, and the ugly. Cornbread raw. Breathing hard. I'm drenched in sweat. But this is how hiking is. It's not all pretty. I mean, it is, but it's tough. But it makes the views at the top so worth it. So you're starting to see the first signs of coniferous trees, the conifers, which we're at like a little above 4,800 feet above sea level. And you're starting to see the moss on the trees, a lot of moss on the rocks. And in a little while, it's gonna start looking like Oregon or Washington, which is my favorite part. It's noticeably cooler right here. It's probably 10 degrees cooler than it was a couple of 100 yards back. It's amazing. The people who build these trails are superhuman. Shout out to those folks. But yeah, this is my favorite area of the mountain, up about this height and further up. And look, I'm seeing a lot of these guys, a lot of them. I don't know, just a centipede. I read Bill Bryson's book, A Walk in the Woods, or something about the AT, which he didn't hike the AT. But he talks about the centipede like it was some big deal. But we see a lot of that here in this area. A ton of them this time of year. But look how nice this is. People ask, why do you hike? Why do you want to climb that mountain? Because it's there, bitch. You want to be a good hiker? Or you want to be a hiker? Then don't bitch out on hiking. Put your boots on and get outside. I promise you, you won't regret it. Look at this. Ancient. Look at that. I mean, it's a Kodak moment. Yeah, there's another one. That guy. It just keeps going. It's so cool. Oh, I love it up here. I want to move to Washington or Oregon. Look at this. It looks like bark or peeled paint. Not sure what kind of fungi or whatever that is. But you notice the laurels now, which are those guys, start growing. They're really gnarly and hard to get through if you're blazing your own trail. Like I said, it's a Stairmaster all day. Oh yeah, I love it. A legit cave. Probably 25 feet back there. You could stand up in there. You could build a fire, I guess. I'm sure the ASU students utilize that for studying. Not sure what that is. Some sort of eggs, maybe. Wow, never noticed that. So I just took a small break and checked my phone, and I want to give a shout out to Charlotte Van out of the Asheville area. A friend of mine on Facebook watched my plane crash video where I hiked to the plane crash, and was giving me a hard time because I put cayenne pepper all over my boots to ward off any bears, and I was eating ramen noodles, crunchy, raw, not cooked. And that's because necessity, really. I lost everything I own but my car in a fire recently. So my jet boil, everything, my Osprey pack, all my hiking stuff gone. So gear, you're looking at it. I had this Patagonia day pack in my car. so it didn't fall victim to the fire. But everything else gone. At this point in my life, starting over is really not something I had planned for, but I mean, it's a bump in the road. I'm gonna have to deal with it, but you don't have to have the fanciest stuff to have a good time. So the people with all the fancy gear, they're not gonna enjoy their time any more than I am. And I'm wearing just normal clothes, no $100 hiking pants. These are normal Ralph Lauren pants that I used to do yard work in and are used to. And boots that seem like they weigh a pound a piece, 2 or 3 pounds when they're wet, which they always are. But it makes me stronger. So yeah, give a shout out to Charlotte. Thanks for watching the video. Coming up on Shanty Springs, your last chance for water, which takes forever because that is the trickle where you get your water. I'm gonna fill up a water bottle and continue on to the Grandfather Trail. So 2.7 miles in on a 3.6 mile trail. So we're almost to the Grandfather Trail. But this is the most strenuous part. It is uphill both ways. End of the profile trail. And we are going to take the Grandfather Trail. Flatland is good. looks much different at the top of the mountain. A lot darker. This is my spot. All the moss. Reminds me of the Hoh rainforest. Not like I've ever been, but I imagine it'll look like in Washington State. Look at that. All right, here comes some of the technical stuff. Starting to get good now. So a bit technical. This is definitely climbing. But look what you get. Oh yeah, the grandfather trail is marked by the blue diamond. paradise. Just found this oasis. I actually saw it when I did this trail 2 days ago, and some people had a killer campsite going. There's where they had their fire, but they had a killer campsite going on right here. A huge ultralight tarp has like a roof, a shelter, and I didn't want to intrude, but I wanted to see this place. And there's another little oasis down there with grass growing. Leave no trace, folks. What the fuck? Take only pictures, leave only footsteps. Just found this really cool area off the beaten path where I decided to take a breather and have lunch and change socks. And it's very peaceful. I don't have really a view, but there's a million views up here. But eating raw ramen noodles again, because they were out of caviar. And yeah, I just wanted to get this cool little area in the video. I'm gonna have to put the phone up now. Why not? Still on the grandfather trail, videoing as much as I can do safely. We are on the top of a mountain on a ridgeline. So there's a lot of kiss your ass areas like here. If you go over, you can kiss your ass goodbye. So 3 feet over and I'm finished. But it's fucking awesome up here. First glimpse of the swinging bridge. God, it looks so far away. Let's do it. Back at Shanty Springs on the profile trail, and I look a little different because at the attic window I put my hat on a limb so the sweat could drip out, and it fell off the cliff. Maybe I was a little too close to the cliff. Maybe I should have picked another limb, but damn it, brand new North Face hat. So I'm refilling water here, heading back down to the parking lot. Was not able to make the swing bridge. I'm not sure if, I'm sure it can be done in a day from 105 parking lot, profile trail up to Grandfather, over to the swing bridge and back. You really have to be putting some blistering miles in. Running out of daylight. It was 2 o'clock when I got to Macrae Peak. I did make Macrae Peak, so I guess this video will be profile trail to Macrae Peak and back. But I guess failed. But and cracked my phone, my screen on my phone, climbing down the rocks. So it just keeps getting better and better.